Here's the result for the guy you filled out the survey for. He gets a C+. plus. This guy is rather so-so. Not too good, not too bad. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is not someone who talks big. Honestly, he may not talk much about his career at all. He likes steady work and doing things properly, but he won't push himself to climb very high. If there's a chance to grow that needs courage or extra effort, he'll probably avoid it.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he tends to back away rather than fight through it. He won't shout or get dramatic, but you'll notice him becoming distant, keeping problems to himself. Don't expect him to take charge or push for solutions. He prefers to avoid conflict or stress.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work are not likely to fight with him because he mostly keeps to himself and avoids conflicts. He isn't the warmest person and may not go out of his way to help others or make friends, but you won't find him being rude or causing drama either. Mostly he just blends into the background, working steadily and minding his own business.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your career, he probably won't show much open pride or jealousy. Instead, he might pull back and keep his feelings to himself, almost as if he doesn't know what to say or do. He won't compete with you or get into arguments, but he may seem distant or uninterested in your achievements.
What if you start earning more than him?
He isn't the type to pick fights over money or make sarcastic remarks if you earn more. Instead, he might just quietly accept it without showing much emotion, neither celebrating nor resenting it. His main reaction will be to withdraw and stay in his own quiet world rather than compete or complain.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He's careful with money and likes to keep things in order, so you won't find him spending without thinking. He prefers routines and stability, which means he's likely to budget and track expenses rather than make surprise purchases. You can expect him to avoid taking financial risks or spending on big, flashy things.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He lives a life he can afford and doesn't bother pretending to be richer than he is. Flashy things and showing off aren't his style. He's most comfortable when things are steady and under control. You won't see him spending on impressing others or taking on unnecessary debts.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He tends to be quite tight with both money and his mindset. When it comes to spending, he'll think twice, perhaps missing chances to enjoy small joys or treat others. He's not the type to easily share or go out of his way to help someone unless it's really necessary.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is more quiet than open, but not in a sneaky or controlling way. You might find it hard to get him to talk about money simply because he keeps his feelings and plans to himself. If you want honest talks about money, you may need to be the one to bring it up and ask directly.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He believes in routines and order, so he is likely to think everyone should do their part in keeping the house in shape. He won't expect you to handle everything alone, but he may not openly say so. You might just find him quietly doing chores on his own, sticking to what he sees as his responsibilities. Quiet teamwork is his usual style.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is likely to quietly do his share of chores and even help with diapers, rather than simply boss you around or stand by watching. He prefers routines and order, so if something needs to be done, he will usually step in and do it without much fuss or drama. He may not talk much or show much joy, but he'll see his part and handle it seriously.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He isn't the type to argue just to win or prove a point. When you share your side, he usually listens quietly. Though he might not show much reaction or ask many questions, he prefers to avoid fights altogether. So instead of arguing, he may just go silent or agree on the surface.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he's not someone who raises his voice or says hurtful things. Instead, he'll likely keep his feelings inside and become quiet or distant. Sometimes you might not even realize he's upset because he doesn't show it openly.
Does he have a bad temper?
No, he is not the kind of man who gets angry quickly. He keeps his emotions under control and rarely reacts with sudden anger or outbursts. This means you don't have to worry about sudden tempers or arguments.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He's not the type to blame you or throw harsh words your way when something goes wrong. However, saying sorry out loud or having a big talk about mistakes doesn't come naturally to him either. You won't get blame, but you might have to look for his apology in his actions rather than his words.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
Yes, he is the type who listens when you say no and respects your boundaries. He doesn't push or argue when you set your limits. Instead, he steps back and gives you space. You won't find him ignoring your wishes or crossing lines you set.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
He is not the type to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of getting upset or making you feel guilty, he'll likely accept your feelings quietly and give you the space you need. He doesn't express his emotions openly, so there won't be any sulking or arguments.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Yes, you can trust him to handle private moments with care. He keeps things to himself and values privacy, so he isn't the kind of person who would use your secrets or shared experiences against you. Hurting or embarrassing you, especially about something personal, is not his style at all.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is very unlikely to be distracted by other women. He prefers routine and stability and isn't someone who looks for excitement or new attention outside the relationship. His quiet nature and focus on order mean he's not out there flirting or chasing after others.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
No, he's not overpossessive or the type to act jealous, controlling, or suspicious. His nature is more quiet and withdrawn, and he prefers to avoid drama or arguments. You won't need to worry about jealous tantrums or being questioned about your actions with him.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, his protective nature does not come from a controlling personality. He's not the type to make strict rules, watch over you constantly, or tell you what you can and cannot do. You won't feel smothered or watched.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He is likely to see parenting as something both should manage and will quietly do his share without making a big show of it. You won't find him expecting you to handle everything alone, but he may not talk about teamwork either. It's just his way to silently pitch in where he sees a need. He won't leave all the hard work on your shoulders, though you might need to speak up if you want special help or more open communication.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is more likely to stay calm and quiet rather than lose his temper. He doesn't believe in shouting or making a scene. Instead, he'll handle problems with a steady, controlled approach. He may become distant or silent if he's disappointed, but you won't see him yelling or reacting harshly.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He will respect your space and let you handle things your way as both a mother and an individual. He isn't the type to interfere or set many rules about what you should do, and he won't become possessive or controlling. You'll have freedom, but might have to ask for active support and recognition.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
No, he's not the kind of man who will suddenly change his mind and ask you to quit your job after having a child. He values routines and respects your choices. So, if you want to continue your career, he is likely to quietly accept it without pushing you to stop. He doesn't like to make demands or control your decisions and will rarely expect big changes from others.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is more likely to act polite on the surface rather than show real warmth to your parents. He isn't naturally outgoing or very affectionate. So his way of interacting will be respectful but quiet. Don't expect him to have long, lively chats or big shows of affection. He'll keep things simple and orderly. He is more likely to quietly adjust to your family's ways rather than ask them to change for him.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he will handle it calmly and avoid making things worse. He doesn't like drama or confrontations, so he will stay quiet, keep his distance, and try not to add fuel to the fire. You don't have to worry about him causing more problems or saying hurtful things.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is the kind of man who may be relaxed and modern with you in private, but expect you to act like a traditional supportive wife in front of his relatives. He values routine and respects what is seen as proper, especially around elders and family gatherings. This isn't about strict control, but about keeping peace and following family habits.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he will most likely stay out of it rather than take sides, either with you or with his family. He doesn't like arguments and prefers to avoid getting involved in conflict. He isn't likely to openly support anyone during stressful moments, nor will he go against you.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He is not likely to be a mummy's boy who blindly follows his mother in everything. However, he also isn't someone who will openly stand up and choose your side in a conflict with her. You might find him silent and distant during such times, hoping the problem just fades away.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He is not someone who will share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He values his own space and tends to keep personal matters to himself rather than discussing them openly with others, even family. Your disagreements and private moments are likely to stay within your relationship.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all of this analysis, this guy gets a C plus. This guy is so so, not too good, not too bad, a bit mediocre. Being in a relationship with him means living a steady, quiet life where routines and order are valued every day. He does his part without fuss, keeps things tidy, and rarely argues or brings drama.